Good news in the crime situation. New York City just went 12 days without a single homicide. And yesterday that stopped. Sunday it stopped. 38-year-old man fatally shot in the Bronx. 12 days, no homicide. First 11 months of this year, 25. Fewest shooting incidents and shooting victims in recorded history. So overall murder rate down 47% last month, November, compared to 2024. So what's going on? So usually I'm telling you bad news here about New York City and criminal justice. Why is the violent crime spectrum declining? So we consulted our experts, and this is the consensus. Very quietly, and that's the key. Commissioner Jessica Tisch has done two things. Number one, targeted gang leaders very quietly, because if she did it publicly, the far left city council and all the cranks would have come out and go, oh, you're picking on the gang leaders, you're a racist. She basically said, I want these people off the street. It's not hard to get them off the street. They're carrying guns, they're selling narcotics, they're doing all kinds of things. So they targeted these, and they know who these gang guys are. So they arrested and incarcerated a lot of them for serious crimes. That's number one. But she didn't hotshot it. Tisch kept it very quiet. The second is that they flooded the zone in the subways. All right? So now you see police on the platforms, in the cars themselves, and they're around. And that makes it much harder for the loons, because most of the violence in the subway is caused by mentally ill people. Cop sees a mentally ill guy, they'll detain him. They'll call Bellevue or wherever, and the mentally ill people will get not sanctioned. They can't hold them for long, but they'll be removed. And so the immediate danger lessens. So that is what has happened. And we're very pleased about that. But now we face a new regime on Mamdani, who's already said, hey, I'm not going to interrupt any of these homeless camps, 4,000 of them. So I'll let anybody do whatever they want in there. You want to use drugs? Go ahead. You want to sell drugs? Fine. If you are a drug addict, you need to get money to buy your drugs. And the only way you can do it is to sell drugs yourself, or steal, or prostitute yourself. You got to commit a crime. Can't work. And this is known. Everybody knows this. So Mamdani going, yeah, go ahead. Shoplifting, oh, we're not going to bother with it. So I expect to see these crimes, we call them quality of life crimes, rise. And that's the first step. The violence comes right behind that. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm not a Mamdani fan. I'm not a socialist. I think the guy is 34 years old, doesn't know anything. I think if I interviewed him, that would be quite apparent, but he'd never sit with me to do that. He got elected because he sold affordability to people who don't have much money, and the city's very expensive. Okay, I got it. But now you got to deal with his policies. And his policies are going to be extremely permissive. He's going to allow things that should never be allowed in public. And he'll allow them. And that will blunt what Commissioner Tisch has done and the police have done. Police are not going to be able to answer a lot of calls. They're not going to be able to move anybody off the street. I said this on Katz and Cosby yesterday. So you buy a house in New York City, all right? That's expensive. And then all of a sudden you look out your front window and there's 10 drug addicts camped out right in front of your house, doing all kinds of stuff. And what do you think is going to happen to your property values? What do you think is your quality of life? What if you have kids? You got to walk by that camp. Mamdani doesn't care. He thinks you're evil if you're a homeowner. He wants the government to own all the homes. That's what communists want. That's what they do. But anyway, congratulations to the NYPD again, because it's all on them. They did it. They got it down, the violent crime. American homeowners, the FBI has been warning all of us about a type of real estate fraud called title theft. The target, your equity. With just a forged signature, ownership can be transferred out of your name, and without protection in place, you are facing an emotional and financial nightmare. That's why I partner up with Home Title Lock. You can find out today if you are already a victim and protect yourself. Use promo code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com to get a free title history report plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if you are a victim of fraud, they will spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL, or use the link below. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL.